Every time.
Our beloved 8% Hard AF Seltzer is now live in over 1,200 locations across the United States. We're now available in Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Tennessee, North Carolina, Ohio, and Texas. Go to hardafseltzer.com today, click on the store locator, enter your city or zip, and find the nearest location closest to you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Ross Patterson Revolution! Brought to you by GhostBed.com.
Welcome to the Revolucion. Buenos tardes, everyone. I usually close with that, but now I'm going to open with that because we're in jackets, and I don't want there to be any confusion that we're not shooting this in the afternoons. We definitely are.
Right.
However, it looks like you and I are about to trek through the Andes at nights.
Yeah.
All bundled up here. Texas is doing Texas things today. God forbid the weather get anywhere underneath 90 or above 95, and the electrical grid, water, all that shit just kind of shuts down here. Mm-hmm. So currently we don't have heat at the office. We don't have water at the office. We get these fun things called boil notices, which I'm going to be honest is a load of shit. I used to drink out of an old dirty hose in the backyard in Georgia where it was brown. The water was brown. We're all going to be fine. No one's going to die from AIDS or whatever fucking weird disease the government's trying to tell you we're going to get.
Well,
I don't give a shit about any of that.
Yeah, just talk to Flint about it.
I did. I've got so.
Oh, you talked to Flint?
We did. Funny story for you. I think you were here for that though, actually. And I don't know if the bottle made it here. So we talked to a bunch of people from Flint on a Drinking Bros episode, and then they gave us a mason jar of Flint water. Mm-hmm. It was on our set forever. It had a light yellowish tint to it.
Sure.
Brownish a little bit. Nothing we could die over. Anywho's.
Well.
Had a few shots that night. Hang on. Had a few shots that night with the people who brought it in.
It's going to be hard, Kelsey.
And we all took a sip. We all took a sip out of it that night.
Oh, did you?
All of us were fine. Nobody fucking died.
You definitely weren't an infant that was like drinking it for the entire.
I'm a fucking grown adult, so it doesn't fucking
fine.
matter, dude.
I will say people do get a little bit crazy with it. Now, listen, I'm not going to drink out of the tap probably ever, but people will like. In our neighborhood right now are like won't wash dishes, won't take a shower, will not use it in any way, even if there's like soap and just.
And look, I want to give a shout out to our bestie Nick in the neighborhood there because I'm up late at night. Typically, I've got a game on in the background, just paying invoices or doing whatever, right? Mm-hmm. Nothing really fun or exciting. So he texts me and he says, "Hey, this is like 10:30, 11." And he says, "Hey, there was a few cases of water left at this one store, and I drops them off on your doorstep, you know?" And I was like, "Oh shit, that's awesome." As soon as I get the belt off from around my neck and I'm done strangle baiting, I'll walk downstairs and get it, you know? It was like a ha-ha response, whatever, but also I thought he was joking. So I didn't check for the water.
No, he's like a neighborhood.
Midnight. I know.
He's like a neighborhood take care of.
Which is awesome.
He takes the community aspect.
Which is awesome.
To the correct level, and we thank him for that.
Love him for that. The only thing that I couldn't figure out was why the water. And then I got the thing about the boil notice, and I was like, oh, man, people take that seriously. I don't. I mean, I drank right out of the faucet last night. It was super cold, too. That's what I love is it's super cold.
Yeah.
It's the best. It's the coldest that the water can get, so I just drank it right out of the faucet last night. Didn't really care that much, but his water was also good. Both were equally great, and I think we're all going to be fine. We're just kind of winterized right now, and that's the gig. Last night, I was unaware that the Emmys were on.
Yeah. They keep just like popping these things that we used to like make a big deal about. They're kind of like, oh, hey, by the way,
it's on
7 or whatever, and you're like, huh?
Yeah. So
Okay.
got the Eagles game on last night. Delco, what was the final? How'd the Eagles do last night? Are they still?
Was there a game last night?
Never seen an entire team just quit like that. And I think everybody will probably be fired today. But at least it was such a blowout that it allowed me to watch the Emmys. So I flipped over and I got to watch the Emmys last night. First of all, not bad. Anthony Anderson was a really good host. I like the set designs they had for all the old shows and bringing back the old cast of Cheers, and they got It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia to come together. Some of the people, 227 was. I mean, it was like that throughout the night, and it was actually enjoyable. Now, you might want to give the audience a bit of a heads up if you're going to move the Emmys from September to January, which is the week after the Golden Globes. Mm-hmm. Probably give everybody a heads up on that.
Also, the day after the Critics' Choice Awards.
Correct.
Yeah.
So that's one.
Did they
Two,
televise-
don't put it on during an NFL game.
I know that one was a little bit weird. Did they televise
Critics?
Critics?
Yep.
They did, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I
It was on
popped
the night
in
before.
for it. Yep.
There was a big Ryan Gosling moment. His reaction
yeah.
to winning
Well,
best song.
Now
You
is
know
that
why,
the
right?
one? Is that the one that Chelsea Handler
Hosted,
Yes.
correct.
hosted?
Where
Which
she
I
had
almost
a great line.
Yeah, I almost sent you a picture of that because, like, God, what a fucking crazy ex move, right?
Oh, yeah.
For an
Oh, yeah.
ex-girlfriend to be like, cute. Let me just fucking, you know what I mean?
The
Shit all-
desperation, though, of Chelsea Handler these days.
If
it's
it wasn't that
so
way,
much for
though,
me.
it would have been just such a great move.
I appreciated her shitting on Joe Coy.
100%.
Yeah, I don't mind that at all.
'Cause, I mean, what did she say? She was like, "Oh, do you like that joke? My writers wrote it."
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like
'cause that is the most bitch ass move I've ever seen a comedian make.
serious.
Correct.
So,
And I liked all that, but it's just odd that Chelsea Handler is popping up now to host literally anything. The Critics' Choice Awards on CW is where you really.
CW?
It was CW, guys. Is that where you wanted the career to go and all that stuff?
Is the CW on the come up? They got ACC football,
I'm glad you brought that up.
Critics' Choice Awards.
I'm glad you brought that up. So CW for us, all of us growing up, has been Dawson's Creek, One Tree Hill,
yeah.
Gossip Girl.
Gossip Girl, Supernatural, all the fun, flirty Flash, all the fun, flirty teen things, for 25 years. There was an odd thing that happened to that network. They got bought out by somebody else, huge shock. And then they really dug into the demos and the ratings over there. And it turned out their average age for viewership over there was 52 years old. And
Yeah.
nobody could really figure it out. I
Isn't that
think
all
that I cracked the
traditional
code.
media? But go ahead.
I think that I cracked the code on this one. I think that because their late night reruns were like always Supernatural and always like shows that were kind of right down the middle for parents, where you're just like it's a Blue Bloods-ish type shit and everything else. Where you're like, oh, all right.
Also-
so they're just leaving this on all night.
Look, you have the soul of a 52-year-old if you enjoyed not Gossip Girl, with Rory and
Supernatural?
Gilmore Girls.
Gilmore
Gilmore Girls,
Yeah,
correct,
yeah,
yeah.
You
Yeah.
are
Yep.
a 52-year-old in a knit cardigan
Horse
Yeah.
girl.
on the
yeah.
inside.
Yeah.
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 So look, I understand it. The rebrand has been fun. They got some huge ratings for football. Huge rating. They're also doing college basketball over there. Good for those guys. At least they're trying to keep the network alive and all that other stuff and not fold like the rest of these guys. So I don't mind any of that. The Emmys was a huge shock coming right after the Golden Globes, Critics' Choice, and then on Monday night against a playoff game that probably got, 35 million viewers. It doesn't really make any sense. Just put it on Tuesday then, if you wanted to. But the format was good. The host was good.
God, they spent so much time on it for them not to like advertise it at all.
I know.
Like there was different sets for every show. I mean,
Totally.
It was insane.
And the thing that I hated this morning the most, because we bitch about this on the other side of it a lot, was the headlines for like the Hollywood Reporter and like Variety and shit saying, it was a huge night for diversity, and the cast of Beef won, and The Bear and some other things, and it's just like diversity has nothing to do with it. It was just who was the best this year. That's it. They chose the right people across the board, but it's just the best. Can we just throw race out of one of these fucking conversations? Like, they were just the best people. That black chick on The Bear won again last night,
Yeah.
And we're like, oh, it's a huge night for... No, she's awesome. Like that's who should have won the award. Who cares?
Well, I liked Harrison Ford's little speech about it. Was like, I like seeing where the business is going, where people are getting opportunities that they wouldn't get. Not necessarily, they just need to get the opportunity first.
Right.
That's where you have the discussion. And then the winning is if you're good, right?
Or just write great scripts for great characters and then cast who the best person is for that character. Because take The Bear, for example. That could have been all white. It could have been all black. You could have been all Asian cast.
In Chicago?
Yes. Anywhere in Chicago, because it's there. Same with a New York or an LA or a San Francisco. You could have mixed that up however you wanted to. They just put the best people in for the best roles. That's it. And it's great.
Right.
The Beef Show, I haven't watched, but everybody else has watched it and loved it. You and me are just late to the party on that one.
Yeah. I will say about how hard they went. They maybe wanted to stay under the radar because they were trying something new. They really, really went for it. It was almost like an Oscar-type production. Now, prediction, I think because the way TV is going and the way movies are going, the Emmys might end up being the event. And Oscars are like the Emmys.
Well, it's a beautiful segue you just gave me for free because we didn't chat about this beforehand. But Anthony Anderson immediately afterwards, because the reaction was so positive to that entire thing last night, said, I'll host the Oscars. I want to do it. And nobody has said that they wanted that job so far. And he said, I want to do it. I had a lot of fun. I think everybody else had a lot of fun last night. And I think if you turn the Oscars into what that was last night, it would be a much more enjoyable show for fucking 3.5 hours.
But you can't turn the Oscars into that because the Oscars is a little bit more sacred and you can't like be that camp with it. Although with the Emmys, you can. So I just think in the future, people are going to be tuning in more if they go this way.
That it's a funner
the
show.
The Oscars is not going to have any sets, anything, any
no,
whatever.
It's always been
gonna
boring.
Be like
yeah.
tuxedos but that's what it is. You also want the like royalty of it as well, right? So I think maybe how about not the Oscars, but instead of the Golden Globes being a big thing, the Emmys are going to be the bigger situation.
Could be. I would just move away from the date of a week later where we just saw the same people win the week before. So.
Well, yeah, they're going to have to switch some things up.
Yeah, well, just switch the dates. But other than that, pretty positive experience. I mean, usually we shit on these shows, and I thought they did a great job with it last night. Before we went on air, I don't know if you caught this live because you were like, hey, dude, I read a horrific story, and I was just like, holy shit. So I don't know if I was hot mic'd during it or whatever, but I was like, oh my God, that's dark. Did you hear about that soap opera star that killed himself the other day? Well, they just said he died from All My Children.
I did see that. It was
He was in the Adam Sandler movie as well. The shirtless dude who gets out with the high-pitched voice, and every girl is just like, oh, no. I remember when he gets out of the water, he's like, I wish his voice was on steroids, too.
In what movie?
It was the Adam Sandler movie. Fuck,
I
just
haven't
got a million of
seen
them.
all of them.
I know.
Grown Ups is the movie he was
Grown Ups,
in.
that's it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. So I had read about it, and I read about he died, but he was 50 years old, and I really didn't think much about it. TMZ right now, just when we went on air, just released the cause of death. Died by suicide, but it was a shotgun to the chest.
Phew.
That's a rough way to go out. You can put him up on screen there. Fuck.
The Cobain, right?
No, the Cobain
Cobain
was
took
shotgun
his
to the
head
mouth, yeah.
Yeah.
Shotgun
To the chest
to the
is really
chest?
hard to do, depending upon, I guess, how long the barrel was.
I think we should maybe investigate this a little bit.
Strange, right?
I'm surprised a bullet could penetrate those pecs.
I know, on those abs.
And then like the thing with like shooting in the head is you want to make sure that you get it.
With the chest.
The chest, it's like you don't know what's gonna like pass through or miss or whatever, or
Nope. Yeah,
you're gonna still be alive for a second. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You just get that 1 second of,
Yeah, like the
Yeah.
thing with the head is like bye. You know
That's
what I
it.
mean? Like immediately.
Yep.
Why would you want to go through any of the agony?
Was he trying to
don't
do
know.
the Junior Seau, where he's like, I want my brain to be studied?
he had
Oh, hey, Could be. Who knows? Because let's face it, he was.
We're all
he was
joking
on the
around.
gas.
Delco's like, no, there may be actually like a real reason.
Yeah, they left a note, and he was just like, "Look, man, find out if this is steroids and what effect this had on me." I don't know. What was his backstory? Was he a football player?
Junior Seau was this
No,
guy,
I know Junior Seau. This guy.
Let me look.
I think he was just a ripped model, dude. You know?
I don't know. He might have played like high school, which now there's lots of.
Nah, he was a ski patrolman and lifeguard.
But like those waves, they just what I'm
Yeah.
saying.
You think he got hit with a buoy?
He did. He was on some shopping bags for Abercrombie and Fitch,
Mm-hmm.
and we had a friend who was on shopping bags for Hollister, so I understand that's a tough life.
Yeah. How's he doing? Did you guys check in on him? Did you guys call him?
He's been dead for
Yeah,
years.
he's dead. Yeah.
Really?
What?
Yeah.
Why?
R.I.P. DVD.
Yeah.
Was
Do
it
I need to-
suicide?
No, it wasn't suicide.
Okay.
Do I need to go into some kind of like Abercrombie Hollister conspiracy
You could.
show?
Good. I mean,
How many
damn,
of them
dude.
are dead? I bet. Right?
It's not a long life.
Once you're on
Yeah.
that bag, dude, it's all downhill.
It's all
from
downhill.
there.
Yeah.
The light that burns the brightest.
It
Because
sure
then
is.
even saying that to someone, if you said that to someone right now, they'd be like, oh. Do you know what I mean? Cool.
I think Abercrombie and Fitch just put blood all over the outside of the bag. And, you buy your hoodie, your pullover, and boom, it's just splattered in blood on the outside.
They should do a vintage bag collection of all the models that have died.
Yeah, I think that would be nice.
People would love it.
Just as a nice little remembrance.
Yeah, hey.
You know? I think it'd be great. Unlike whatever the fuck Ariana Grande is doing. I saw that she dropped a new song on Friday and everything else. Bob, I know you're a fan, and
Super
obviously,
fan.
yes.
I've watched the video about 100 times.
Okay,
Super fan.
So what's your honest take on that? What do you rate that song?
So right
actually- it's a good
after
song.
our show, right after our show on Thursday, Bob sent me this and was like, God damn it. Because if this isn't the perfect, like, riff, just platform for Bob to go off.
Also, Rob, have you seen recent photos of her? Are you still attracted to her?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Well,
Yeah.
I watched seeing the music video. She's in Wicked makeup.
she's in Wicca. She's got to do that shit for Wicked.
Become
Now-
an alien-esque.
Can we, we can't watch the music video on here, right?
No, we're not on
Would-
Patreon
We
today,
should,
yeah.
Go ahead and read the lyrics, though, Bob.
maybe
Put them up.
play-
I tell you what. Put the lyrics on screen and let's
Rob
have
can-
Bob read them.
Rob can sing them, I think.
I can't really do this. I can't really do her justice. Unfortunately, it's kind of
so
like
talented.
Proud of you for knowing that.
Yeah.
Proud of you
You
for knowing
can't do
that.
the like whisper singing.
Yeah, she doesn't have a great voice.
she does have that
She
little
really
part
doesn't.
where she is like full on talk whispering and
Sure.
not singing at all.
Sure.
But she really gets into it when she says, "Now I'm so done with caring what you think. No, I won't hide underneath your own projections or change my most authentic life."
Yeah, dude.
Now,
Yeah.
if
That's not the line people came for.
No, give us
No,
the line
but-
that we came for. But that's a good start to what this is.
What are you talking about? Your energy is yours and mine is mine.
now, listen.
Come on,
Yeah, so
keep going,
boy-
Bob.
Boy,
Who's
come
dick?
on.
Who? Yeah.
Put your lipstick on.
There you go.
No one can tell you nothing.
Yeah.
Come on and walk this way through the fire.
Uh-huh.
Don't care what's on their mind. And if you find yourself in a dark situation, just turn on your light and be like, yes, and.
There is one where she's talking about how
Bob,
many
keep
Ds.
going. We want the line.
How
For
many
Christ's sakes.
Ds?
I have
line.
no idea what you're fucking talking about.
Scroll
Why
down.
do you
Exactly
care?
what line we're talking
You know
about.
exactly.
Why
There it is
do-
right there. It is blocked out, friends.
Says, why do
Go
you
up.
care so much whose dick I ride?
There you go.
Finally.
God damn it.
Jesus Christ, Bob.
I should have been the one saying it anyway.
I know.
No, but did you not? Did you not focus
Did
on
you not
that one?
focus on that line, Bob?
What line did you focus on?
I didn't actually even
Don't
hear that
comment
line.
on my body. Do not reply. Your business is yours and mine is mine. Why do you care so much whose dick I ride, Bob? That one didn't stick out to you in the whole song.
Edit it out in the music video.
Oh,
Oh, and you were just watching it, you creep.
wow.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, I
You're
didn't
just
hit-
making sure she still looked 12, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He was scouting. We call that.
Yeah,
We call it scouting for Bob.
Yeah.
But with that, as soon as I heard that lyric was in the song, first of all, here's why people care whose dick you ride. And let's keep in mind that the dick that you're currently riding is that of SpongeBob. God, I hate to bring this up again, but please put a picture of this fucking guy on screen. That's the dick she's riding that she's referring to in this song.
And I think more importantly, I think we're over the fact that it's SpongeBob. We're more into the marriedness.
No, it's both for me.
The kid.
Yeah, get a good look. Get a good gander, Jesse.
This is a good photo.
I mean,
It's a great photo.
He's in full stage makeup.
And he still looks like Carrot Top's son. So I'm all good on that. But whose dick I ride, just for the audience, is the SpongeBob guy. Why everyone cares is because you broke up a marriage with a dude who was married with how many kids? Two
No,
kids?
they just had their first kid.
Oh,
Just had
even
their
better.
First kid.
Yeah,
That's the time to do it.
Like just had the kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he just got his like big break. She had been with him through all of his theater kid bullshit.
He's low key kind of cut.
So is Carrot Top, who's not
Oh
low
no,
key.
Carrot Top is fucking jacked.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So does that matter to you with either of these people? No. The answer is no.
and it's all steroids.
Yes.
Let's put this in like a real world context as well. Like somebody, you break up a perfectly normal marriage of like theater kids in New York that like just had a kid.
Went to the big city together to make it work.
Right. And like
know what I
she
mean?
had to probably support him and all of that. And the girl that took him away, essentially, is saying this shit to you. Like you're like, hey, is Sponge? I'm just gonna call him. She should call him SpongeBob when she calls about the kid.
Yeah.
Hi, is SpongeBob there?
Can I talk to SpongeBob?
And she's like, listen, bitch. Who fucking cares whose dick I ride? She's like, listen, I
like
do.
Her. Like, she's like, I care. It's affected my life
I
greatly.
care. But I get it that you don't want anyone else to talk about it because it probably makes you feel bad about yourself, huh? That's the thing. Is like, if it was like people just coming after her for some normal relationship or not leaving her alone or whatever, Taylor Swift style, it's like, fuck you, But if the thing that she doesn't want them to talk about is just the thing that keeps making her feel bad about herself, right?
Yeah. And,
Like, quit making me apologize.
And this fucking thing. Show this picture right here.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, look at these fuckers, dude. And,
Goobers.
Goobers. And is that tattoos all over her hands or is that henna?
That's tattoo. That's
real?
No,
Yeah.
those are
Those are real?
No,
Oh, those are henna?
that's
Okay.
henna. That's like
Okay.
2 weeks.
All right, thank God.
God
All right.
damn it, Rob.
Because
I
it
don't
looks
fucking
awful. But with
We
her,
don't know with Pete what she got into.
with her, you and I's mutual friends have worked with her in the past. And I was like, what's the fucking real story with her? And they're basically just said it's just a wind-up doll that somebody's created into this pop star. Because there's nothing really great about her. Has there ever been an Ariana Grande song where you're like, holy shit?
I like her music. Like she has had several songs that I like, but also
What's your favorite though?
No.
What's your go-to,
just
Bob?
has
When
a
you're
lot
out
of-
on a jog through the neighborhood, what's the first one you press on iTunes?
She just has a lot of like traumatic events that happened in her life.
Oh yeah, honestly, I feel kind of bad for her. Like the terrorist bombing.
There was
It
a
killed,
terrorist
like, little
bombing
girls
in
at her
England.
concert. Like,
14 kids died. Yeah. I mean, it was a
that's
lot.
fucked. I mean, that's fucked.
I
Yeah.
don't know how you perform after that.
Mac Miller died.
Yeah.
There was the terrorist attack. All of it. And then she said, you know what? Let's make my life worse by taking this ginger-headed fuck away from his wife and newborn kid.
By the way, though, this isn't the first time. Like, this is her.
Oh, yeah. That's her
vibe.
MO. Yep.
That's her MO.
I mean, Pete was in a relationship too.
Yeah.
He was dating Larry David's daughter and had like been dating her for a
I
while.
know, and she was normal, by the way. She's a normal human, and then he goes for this little pea shooter, and I don't really get it. What's her biggest song of all time? What'd you think, Bob?
Her biggest song of all time is probably "Thank You Next."
Go to Spotify.
Oh yeah.
But what got her?
I
What
think
got
you-
her to
I
the
agree.
point that people cared about "Thank You Next"? She had to have some song that, right? That put her on the map.
Yeah, I mean, earlier stuff would be like, I don't know, "Problem" was the one.
Okay.
Yeah, she's No Tears Left to Cry was a
Oh
earlier
yeah.
one. Her biggest song.
Top song is a Christmas
Yeah,
song.
Santa Tell Me.
Well, now, right? Because of the Christmas season.
Seven Rings.
Yeah. So with all of these, look, I know she's a huge global superstar and all that shit. It's the most basic, boring artist you could possibly think. There's nothing really to her, in my opinion, and the fact that people actually give a shit and are willing to fucking blow up their life for Ariana Grande is just madness to me.
Well, I mean, for one thing, her voice is like real.
It is.
Like she
and
has
like
a great singing voice. It's not like
not denying it,
auto-tuned or
but
whatever.
like if she died in a plane crash with Beyonce and Adele today, it would be she would be third on that list in the headlines.
yeah, yeah. It's
Or Taylor Swift, or
I think she has a lot of talent, but she really has never made any great art.
right. It's all just kind of manufactured pop shit, and that's fine. Look, it's a great life if you enjoy it, but she's had a rough go of it.
Hey,
What?
Wicked,
You know
man.
who should have sang this song? I mean, word for word, is the wife.
Yeah.
Like, the wife gets to sing this, not you, you dumb bitch. Like, it's one of those things that, like, yes, everyone has these, like, fuck you songs, right? Taylor has
Sure.
it. Everyone has it.
Yeah.
Hers just doesn't quite land.
No.
Do you know what I mean?
It's like a guy, like an athlete, right, that creates his own problems, and he's like, I overcame so much adversity.
You were the adversity.
You were the
You
adversity.
were the adversity.
Yeah,
Right,
it's like
right, right.
You got a DUI while like picking up a hooker.
Yeah.
with your family at home, and you're like, the
Yeah, I've
adversity
walked
I had
through
to
the
overcome.
fire.
I
I've walked over
rose.
cold and I rose from the problems I
ashes.
created, which is basically what she's saying.
I'm a phoenix. And
Leave
you're
me
like,
alone.
whoa.
Why do you guys care so much? Because the only
It
good
was
thing,
like a newborn.
newborn
baby.
SpongeBob. I mean, if we go back in time, and Bob probably remembers exactly where he was when he saw the picture of the guy she was dating, he was just like, what? Not even knowing that he was married and all of that. It was just like,
I was sitting in that chair
Yep.
over there.
Yeah, Bob knows
Yep.
what it was.
and I think it was an audible, like,
We've roped it.
Gasp.
You guys can't see it in the studio, but we've roped it off like the bed. It's across the street from Ford's Theater where Lincoln died.
yeah, because he peed. He
Yep.
I mean, he just
He
like
bled out
lost.
on the
Yeah,
pillow,
yeah, yeah.
and so that we
Number
did that
7.
for Bob.
Yeah.
So if you guys come into the studio, just ask for the Ariana Grande chair, and we'll bring you over there. But I also heard that when the baby was born, they did put a little SpongeBob toy in the crib, and I'm sure that one hurts as well. I don't know how they watch the cartoon as a family anymore, because she's a single mom now, and
Can we not play that TikTok, or would that ding us too?
Which one? Why is there a song in it?
So he sent me this. It was like, it reminds me of something that we would like kind of riff, but this girl's kind of funny doing the phone call of her husband getting the part.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's funny.
It's just a funny, like, this girl's
As long
funny.
as there's no music in it.
No,
it's
no,
fine.
no, it's
No,
original.
it's literally just like
Play it.
talking.
I enjoy
All right, so
shit
the,
like
the,
this.
the screen caption for those not watching is, as I didn't even realize this was about that at first. I just was like, oh, what is this? The screen caption is POV. You're hanging out with your friend who has an ugly but talented performer as a husband.
And they're just she's talking to her friend right now.
Yeah.
Just feel bad because he like rehearses 6 days a week and he auditions for so many different things and he never hears back from any of them. Oh, he's calling me right now. 1 second. Hi, what's up? You got hired for a music video? Oh my god, he got hired for a music video. Who? What musician? No, that's fantastic. Ariana Grande? No, that's awesome. I'm so happy for you. Did you tell her that you're married? You did tell her that you're married. Okay. No, that's great. I'm so happy for you. No, it's just that, like, you're a little bit unattractive and short, and you're married, and that's, she really likes that. She asked me to come over to her house for a private rehearsal, and you're gonna go. Yeah. Okay.
It's just like, in my mind, that's how that's how it went.
Yeah.
That's exactly how it happened in my
Right
mind.
in my mind, where it's just like, oh, and she knew. You know, anytime you have any kind of like actor or guy, whatever, you like in your back of your mind, you go like, I don't want it to be that one.
But do you think his ex-wife like thought to herself like? But do you think she thought to herself like in her mind like part of her knew like I know he's handsome to me, but like obviously
100%.
Ariana Grande is not gonna want to hook up with him.
100%. And by the way, I don't think he even thought. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's no way that he was going in like, I think I can fucking, right? So I think they both were just like, oh, this is amazing. They're both excited.
Imagine getting a ticket to the Super Bowl. You don't think you're going to get on play in the game? And then
Yeah.
And then you get put in at quarterback all of a sudden?
Yeah, they
And then you start
literally
throwing touchdown passes?
Fling it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's this guy was just like, what's happening? Like he it's like a spaceship came down and was like, get on, we're gonna show you the universe.
Yeah. I think our surprise with that picture was hers as well. Like, I think she thought Ariana Grande was attractive, fine. But I think she also was like, well, she's married. My husband's like, I've learned to love him, you know? Mm-hmm. She doesn't have enough time to learn to love him the way I have, right? So, like, we're good.
I think.
What a fucking surprise.
I think when this is all over, and obviously they break up, you know, the movie, once the movie's over and everything else, he's got one of two options in this life. Either this movie explodes and he's one of the greatest ugly character actors there is and he keeps getting jobs and everything else, or it bombs horrifically and you never hear from him again. She's not with Ariana Grande, and then he's got to try to patch things up with the wife and the kid and all that other stuff.
Oh, I'd be very disappointed in her.
Oh, and the wife?
If they patch things up.
Yeah, I'd be shocked too. And if you're her, you probably go after all that Wicked money, but let's face it, this is his first lead in a movie. It's not going to be over $1 million, so.
I thought Pete should have gone for her.
What do you mean?
For the ex.
Oh, she's not attractive.
Yeah, but.
Sorry
She's
about that.
Dominance.
No. Okay. If you can keep moving on to supermodel, you do that, obviously.
Yeah, sure.
He doesn't want to tech down and then, you know, have to fucking babysit too on a Friday night. 'Cause it's a 1-year-old, right?
At this point.
At this point, yeah.
So he doesn't want anything to do with that.
I don't know.
If there was bathwater, he'd throw that fucking baby right out with it. Sorry.
I don't know how this fucking movie is gonna do.
There's just no
I don't
way,
either.
huh?
I'm really curious. 'Cause
Same.
Wicked is like, what's the last movie musical that was an adaptation?
Color Purple.
Mean Girls just bombed.
No. Mean Girls has done okay so far.
People don't like it.
People hate it, but it is done okay.
Bob,
But that
did you
wasn't-
see all the reaction videos of when that first part where the musical of it starts? And the
No.
whole theaters just go, God.
fuck.
Like, because you really can't tell
That it's a musical.
until,
Yeah.
you know, the lights go down around her and then she starts singing. But
And they weren't advertising it really as a musical
they were
either.
saying Mean Girls, but it's the cast of the musical. And you go like, oh, cool.
yeah, you're like,
giving
all right,
them like
yeah.
a movie
Yeah, it's
as
like
well.
the Broadway musical, and from the reviews I read, it sucked. But
Yeah, by the way, so to your points, the last big budget one they did like this was The Color Purple. It is bombed horrifically.
That wasn't a
and
musical.
It is now.
Oh,
The one that's out
So-
in theaters right now.
And then but Wicked was a musical first, right?
Correct.
Both of those were movies that then became musicals.
Oh, you're right.
And then went back. Yeah.
I mean, West Side Story was a couple years ago.
That
did
bombed.
fine. Yeah, it didn't do very well. Wicked though is like the only comp would be Rent, in terms of like this being like from the '90s and everybody
How did
like
that do?
loved
yeah,
it.
was there a Rent movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, like when I was in college,
Did it bomb?
I didn't do that well.
They did like a.
It had Rosario Dawson in it.
I don't really remember that. I never really got into
And,
that
guy,
age shit.
Kevin Spacey molested.
Yeah,
Les
Anthony Rapp.
Miserables.
Oh yeah.
Oh
Les
yeah,
Mis.
you're right. Hathaway's Oscar.
Yeah.
By the way, like I mean, I don't love the turning it into a movie, but that was like good, right?
I don't know.
It was also not a campy musical.
Did you watch it?
Right? Parts of it.
I never watched it.
I couldn't. Parts of it.
Yeah, Hugh Jackman was in that, right? Super straight Hugh Jackman singing.
Yes.
Look, everyone in it, like it was done really, really well.
Well, congratulations.
But I think
just not
doing
my
the
thing.
campy experience musical,
And they split it up into 2,
yeah,
like it's fucking Harry Potter.
right. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know how well this musical movie is going to do.
I don't either, but I think in the end, obviously, he's going to be left in the cold holding his dick, and he's going to try to patch things up with the wife and the kid. Like,
Find a pineapple.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Oh, I have one. Here's one that has crushed
Okay.
in the last 20 years.
What is it?
That I can remember in terms of box office. Like obviously people like Chicago won a bunch of awards and stuff like that. Mamma Mia.
Oh, didn't see that either, but yeah.
Love Mamma Mia.
Did you get off to Mamma Mia?
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw well the first 2 in the theaters.
Oh, shit.
It's a Meryl Streep. It's like
All right.
that's fun. That's fun. But that was also a fun band turned into a musical, turned into a movie, right? So there's a couple
Yeah, I don't know the backstory of any of that because I never
Of ABBA?
Never cared.
of ABBA.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
It's the story of ABBA?
No, it's like a
No, it's an original story. It's like a woman's like gonna finally figure out who her dad is, so she invites the 3 guys her mom got drilled by
to try and see,
And
but
then-
but invites them to like Greece,
Yeah,
right?
this
Where it's
island
like
in Greece.
gorgeous
Yeah.
and they're all
And
you
then
know.
they all sing ABBA as it's going on?
ABBA is
Is the
score.
soundtrack
Yeah, the
of it.
soundtrack, yeah.
God,
And
this-
they just make ABBA songs like fit into the story.
You're not a dancing queen?
This is what I would end my life to, I think. Everything
It's
you guys
so
are describing
good.
would be like, all
It was-
right.
this
So
is what would be
good.
playing.
You
in
You
the
can either
Suicide Pod.
watch this for a week or press the button inside the suicide pod. I was like, all right, great. Are you sure you want to press it? Yes. Get me out of this world. None of that sounds appealing to me.
Well, don't say it then.
I'm not going to. Like, I would eject myself out of a RV, like this next guy here. There's a fucking dude here, Bob. Pull this up on TMZ. It's called the RV Miracle. And I love this. So
That's
a
what
guy.
we call Joel.
It sure is. That's exactly what I thought of.
Oh,
And I
okay.
was like, oh, well, shit, this could happen to Joel.
We call him the RV Miracle.
Once we get canceled and then, we've all got to pack up and go our separate ways, Joel will be driving that RV and then get ejected from it. Now, I want to preface this before you watch it that he did live.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead and play this video, Bum.
So we've got a white SUV down the road.
Whoopsies.
Oh, and coming the other way on the freeway
Holy
is
shit,
an
dude.
RV that the
Oh! Look at that in slow-mo, though. I mean, why?
But also, by the way, what
why?
happened?
Is he the driver?
No. Oh, he fell out.
Yeah.
Huh?
Holy
All right. Can we get a little bit more info on
shit.
this? I actually don't understand what happened.
So a guy was launched out of the RV, but did it say? Because I've watched this video 40 times in laughter, obviously, and I was super fucking high.
This appears to be another angle.
Okay.
Great, let's see that. I didn't see the other angle on Twitter last night. Whoa! How did he not end
still
up in
don't
the
get
fast
it.
lane? Like he still ended up in the. So was he on the back of that?
Yeah,
I don't
where
know.
is he coming from?
I don't know.
I don't think that he came from that. Something's a little fucky with this. I'm not really sure.
He definitely came from the RV. So the RV is skidding by the side. I think he was the driver.
It says it appears to have flung one of its passengers through the doors after hitting the cement divider.
Yeah.
Oh.
So
Like someone was standing by one of those like rickety, like
Yeah,
those
or
like
sitting at a table,
like rickety right there.
sitting
Yeah.
at a table, having a beer, and then all of a sudden, whoopsies,
I guess.
you're launched out of there. Because the crazy thing is, leave that pause exactly where it is, Bob, right there, and put that on screen. The fact that he didn't go into one of these oncoming lanes into traffic and getting run over 38 fucking times is a miracle. I understand why they're calling this guy the RV Miracle. I mean, that's just fucking insane. You've got about 4 feet tops
To
from
like
side to
just
side
roll.
just to make it within that lane so this car in the fast lane doesn't just absolutely spray your organs all over the fucking highway. Wild, isn't it?
Gosh, yeah. I mean, I
What a day for
have
him.
way more questions.
Do you?
than answers at this point.
He was
yeah.
chilling, enjoying a craft
I
beer.
I don't know.
At one of those little tables that's inside those old RVs, and then all of a sudden, driver got a little too close to the
Those
divider.
are windows there.
Yeah, a lot going on.
okay.
And the door, though, there's a little door there, so who knows?
The door's on that side.
Yeah. This could be one for Crime Corner.
Yeah.
You know, you could dissect this if you want to.
I think this is an attempted murder.
Yeah, like he's escaping from something. But they do have
We'll
a picture
see.
of like the RV stopped and cops there and everything like that. So like
Yeah,
they
he lived.
have the answers. They're just not giving them to us.
He lived, okay? He lived.
Okay.
And then the other day I told you guys Stranger Things started shooting again. Mm-hmm. So they're back, and they look like they're 50 years old. They're doing all kinds of wigs and makeups and all that other stuff. Now, I called this a long time ago, and I knew this was going to happen. Homeboy, who is the gay kid in it? Noah Schnapp. Yeah. I said, look, after him holding up the Zionist stickers and all that other shit, he would most likely have to issue an apology before they would let him start shooting again, or they would just write him out of the show. Mm-hmm. Now, his scenes haven't been shot yet or anything with him, and he did post an apology video today. If you want to go to Twitter and pull that up, we can watch his apology video there. Yeah, he says he just wants peace. You know, now he just wants peace.
Wasn't he just like proudly Jewish? I forget the video that
Yeah, keep going.
he was just a picture.
He did one of those, set the camera down in front of me videos, and
Is this
And talking
Instagram or
into
Twitter
it.
that he did this?
the video's been posted everywhere. I saw it on Twitter earlier this morning.
I'll just search his name. I don't know if he posted it himself.
Yeah, but his apologies up there, and I think he's still trending on Twitter, Bob. If you want to pop it in, there it is. Yep,
Oh, he did it on TikTok,
whatever.
but it
man.
was just going around. All right, here we go.
Yeah, Twitter's always my go-to here for this bullshit.
Hey guys, it's Noah. I just wanted to come on here super briefly just to discuss everything that's been going on online. I feel like my thoughts and beliefs have been so far misconstrued from anything even close to what I believe. And I wanted to just state from my heart how I feel. I only want peace and safety and security for all innocent people affected by this conflict. I've had many open discussions with friends from Palestinian background, and I think those are very important conversations to have, and I've learned a lot. And one of the takeaways I've had is that we all hope for the same things, that being those innocent people still being held hostage in Gaza to be returned to their families, and equally hope for an end to the loss of innocent life in Palestine, so many of those people being women and children. And it's horrible to see. And I think anyone with any ounce of humanity would hope for an end to the hostility on both sides. I stand against any killing of any innocent people, and I hope you guys all do too. And I just hope to one day see those two groups be able to live harmoniously together in that region. And I hope for 2024 online to see people be a little more understanding and compassionate and recognize that we're all human, regardless of our race, of our ethnicity, of our background, of our country of birth, of our even our sexuality, of anything.
Yeah.
We are all
of it.
human, and we're all the same.
in all the boxes.
And we should all love each other for that, and support each other, and stand together. And stand together for humanity and for peace.
Okay.
Oh,
So
beautiful.
he's saying
Beautiful, isn't it?
the Palestinians
Yeah.
and the Jewish people both want the same thing.
They want peace, and they want an end to murders of innocents.
He should tell someone about that. 'Cause
That's what
I don't
I
think
think.
that like the government knows.
I don't either, and I don't know that anybody else knows. Again, I know this is going to seem super strange in the timing of it. I don't want anybody out there to think this is suspicious that he just did it the week of shooting for Stranger Things. Okay, now did this happen
that picture came
months
out
ago? It sure did.
a lot.
And are they shooting this week? They are. Does his agents want that paycheck just as much as he does?
Sure.
For the final season? You betcha. So if anything, he wants peace, and I'm sure it's going to happen, by the way, because there's a long track record of peace in the Middle East, and I think they'll achieve it pretty quickly, and I think this video is going to help, and I think we're all going to watch the final season of Stranger Things, and then realize we're all not that different, and we all can get along. We can go ahead and open up the borders and open up our doors and houses to everybody, and there's going to be peace. Nobody's going to be bombing each other. Religion, we're all going to believe in each other's religion and all that stuff, and it's great. And I'm so happy he came out today and said something about it, because there was a moment where I kind of just thought he was on one side when he said, "I love Zionists," holding up those stickers.
Well,
and,
he's Jewish, right?
I don't know what he is.
Yeah, he's Jewish.
Yeah, he's
Because with
Jewish.
him, I don't really see a gender or a sexuality or a religion there. I just see a person, trying to do his best in the world. But if you're praying for peace in the Middle East, homie, you got a better shot of us believing that you're 34 years old playing a fucking 17-year-old in this upcoming season. There's no prayer. So just say I'm doing this for the paycheck, when I see this shit, I'm like, fuck right off. You knew exactly what was going to happen.
He was saying it without saying it. I think anyone that follows his account, it'd be like me putting up something like I've got a gun to my head, Mm-hmm. Or it'd be like me putting up anything, by the way.
Sure.
But talking to the camera, where you're just like, that's not how he usually talks.
Man.
Do you know what I mean? So the people that follow him know he doesn't need to say it.
All right.
He said it without saying it.
Good for him. But he's a fucking loser.
And literally no one cares. He's
a fucking
the worst
loser.
character in the show.
I know. And it's like, I never really rooted for the monster in that show until this kid. I wish the monster would have just ripped that kid's head off and then just shit it out.
The open up of the
and then when they found it in the upside down world, his head was ripped off and there was just shit covered.
Oh my
in it
gosh,
from
they
the
could have
alien.
left him in the upside down. They saved him from the upside down world.
And then he came out and did this bullshit.
left Barb. Fucked up.
Man, just incredible stuff there, and good on him.
Yeah.
Can we let the audience in on something you and I secretly love to do to each other? Since we're talking about these videos.
Oh, sure. And then I want to talk about a TJ and Amy Robach.
For sure. But
I don't know what you're gonna say.
You
but
do.
I'm scared.
You do. You shouldn't be.
Okay, go.
So Jesse and I have been sharing these videos back and forth privately on our Instagram of people we hate who are now doing these confessionals either with their cell phone or in a podcast where you're trying to inspire somebody, or you think that people are following you for this inspiration and change and everything else, and then you're just saying 3 minutes worth of words with somebody agreeing with you that mean nothing. Absolutely fucking nothing. And it's happening more and more and more.
Aubrey, basically.
Yes. And it's all female
not hippie.
related for some reason, and I can't figure it out. Is there, and this is a question for you, is there just a bunch of women out there, or housewives or whatever, who are looking at their day-to-day situations saying, God damn it, man, I need somebody to look up to. I need a hero. I need some inspiration from a stranger on Instagram.
I think they're usually people in their friend group that give advice, I guess. It seems like they may be, we're talking about someone specific that we can't
No,
say,
there's multiple
which
people.
is why.
I sent you another one of a guest on Drinking Bros a long time ago, and I go, the fuck is she talking about? And this woman just kept agreeing with her, and I'm like, what the fuck are any of these people talking about? And then I went down a rabbit hole because they're all connected to each other.
Yeah.
And it's always like, you've got to get in there and you've got to do the work and be brave and be your own soldier.
No, it's
And
more
you're
than
like,
that.
oh,
It's
Christ.
it's the good looking, we'll just say, for example, like a fitness person.
Oh, tons of
Good
fitness people.
looking,
Yes. Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And they are, I guess, in an attempt to be relatable because of their new venture, whatever that is that they're starting to sponsor or, do sponsored ad for, or whatever new business they're starting. And their attempt to be relatable, it's like they're messing up in the video and being like, girl, it is okay. You don't have to be perfect. They're perfect. But this is old. I mean, this has been going on forever. I've just kind of brought you into the loop.
Yes.
By sending you this
you
stuff.
started sending me these, and I was like, oh my God, is this real? And this keeps going on? Because I don't really follow those people.
Going on forever.
Right, but whenever I see a confessional with somebody holding the thing in front of their
Bob,
face,
can you think of an example of this and pull it
I
up?
can't
But
do
yeah.
it. I watched another confessional by an
It's just
actual
like a
business professional this morning.
Mm-hmm.
That I watched because she was leaving a high-powered job, and it was a CEO that I admired, and all that other stuff. Makes total sense, right? You wanted the explanation of why they left the company and everything else.
Oh, that's totally different.
Right. And that I understand. These are motivating, kind of, but not really. And you're like, I don't.
We had someone in the company that used to do that.
Correct.
Remember? And I think it's I don't know. It's something that happens online. I think enough people kind of message them or DM them or tell them they're awesome or ask them advice on stuff or something.
Are there any hashtags that you can give me?
I think
boy.
probably
Inspiration's one of them.
No, maybe like a
People in the chat, by the way,
Get
you're all
after
correct.
it,
There's a lot.
or-
It's more than them. I mean, but yes, you
maybe a
guys are correct.
hashtag like go girl, you got this, girl. Something I don't know what
Do
the
hashtag you got this, girl. See what comes up. Oh no.
Should we just go to the person we know you're talking about?
No,
No,
we
no,
can't.
we
No,
can't.
we just go to their hashtag.
Oh, well.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Without showing it.
Yeah,
you
without
can.
showing it, for sure. Because we are live on YouTube. We were on Patreon today.
Tis the
still
season.
care.
Does that help?
Oh, well, yeah, that one too. That one will work. But there's another holiday one. That's fun too. But that's a good one as well. Whatever you want.
Delco, do you have it? Do you have the answer?
Either way, dude, these fucking things. I'm addicted to them now, and now I can't stop watching them.
Tis the season for Abbott.
Oh boy,
Governor.
Governor Abbott.
Yeah.
Wheelchair.
I meant to say wheelchair.
That's fine.
Cut that out of the audio.
No, you can't go back now, Javes. You're already all in now. But look, these videos I'm fucking addicted to, and I can't stop watching it. Yeah.
So what are the hashtags?
Yep. Go to that one. Don't put it up on screen. Just look at the hashtags.
Coaching works. Coaching works.
I'm going to elevated coaching.
Oh shit! There's a ton of them. Oh geez. God damn. Who's that? I feel like you have to be hot to do this. That's all right. Some of those that popped up, I feel like you have to be hot to do this.
You do.
And when it's an uggo telling me that I need to be motivated,
in order
I
to
can't believe in you.
In order to tell us uggos that it's okay.
Yeah, who's that? Who's that, Bob?
It's in Spanish or Portuguese or something. So.
Oh, okay. But with all of these things, I enjoy the conversations that go nowhere, and then it's other women agreeing with them, and it's really become our favorite hobby now, because I think it's a certain age you get to, and you can speak on this more than I can, where you're kind of lost at what you're gonna do in life, or you're trying to create some type of business out of Instagram or something like that, and you're like, man, who is doing this, buying this, carrying this, and believing in this bullshit? Who is it?
Buying what?
Buying whatever product it is.
What I love
it's always something.
What I love is when there's not a product. No, I think it's also the evolution too of like, first it was like thirsty, like Instagram model, and then people weren't really into that anymore. So then you have to do like relatable hot girl.
Or you just go to OnlyFans. That's kind of how I felt about Paige Van Sant, where
She went, right?
went to OnlyFans, yeah.
Yeah, well, she should have.
Yeah. And she did.
Yeah.
And here's the wild thing is
And we say good for her.
right, because she's got. I looked her up the other day because typically after these shows, when people are on, we follow each other and follow each other back and all that stuff. She's still in my feed, and it's her and her husband doing shit together on OnlyFans. But they have these shoots every day, so they're double dipping on content. So you're getting the photos, the sexy photos that then promote the sexy videos on OnlyFans, and it's growing both accounts and all that other shit. So I think if you don't have the OnlyFans element to it, I don't know what the benefit is unless you're doing what's the one the fucking door-to-door CBD or the other shit.
Any multi-level
marketing things. So
pick one.
But don't be afraid, girl, to throw your hair up in a bun. Be messy. Spill coffee on the carpet.
You're gonna have to cut all of this.
No, you can leave it. I don't give a fuck. Let's spill coffee on the carpet. Spill grape juice. It's just if it's raining outside, don't use your windshield wipers.
Here's the thing. I just wonder who you're talking to.
That
doesn't know that they're allowed to put their hair in a bun.
I agree. Who is it?
That's what I mean. Like who? I never understand. Who are the people that are religiously following these people and being like, yes.
Yeah, and the podcast too around it. So that's a big.
Women hate women. So I would love to see the actual demographics.
Not online, right? So women are fake.
Yep.
Of course.
Yep.
And they will gas each other up and be like, yes, go off, blah, blah, blah. And
go off, queen.
Secretly, they'll talk shit.
Got it.
But online, they're very supportive.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you get called out.
Right. So
you can't go after someone unless every other person is going after them.
Right.
You're never going to be the first one to be like, whatever, bitch.
But it's my new hobby because I think all these people will end up killing themselves in the end. And then that's why I'm going to start following them because, that's my biggest thing is I'm waiting for these people to die on Instagram. So a lot of people I follow, I'm just waiting for them to die. And I just want to see that last post.
And it's the opposite for guys. Guys will, in the open, in public, just tear each other down. But then, deep down, be like, dude, I love you. Don't worry.
Yeah.
But you never say that aloud. You never say that to, the public square.
Got it.
It's just, behind the scenes.
Oh, okay.
Stay, girl, slay. Or stay, or whatever. Slay.
You are powerful.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
God damn it. If I hear that
That's
statement,
That's a good one.
If a video starts with that, I'm all in and I know I'm going to laugh for a good fucking 5-10 minutes.
I went down a rabbit hole on a friend of mine who was recently that I can't even
name names.
I won't elaborate more than that.
That's fine.
I just don't want to be mean. But
it's the one he always talks about.
Yeah, I've shown
but
Jesse before.
Won't name names.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just to be mean.
No,
it's
yeah.
Me, yeah. I live your life.
Yes.
But
yeah.
Yes.
You are powerful. But
right.
But I'm just like, man.
Yeah.
Are they powerful in real life?
Look, everybody needs something. Okay, I drink.
They don't even deadlift.
They do what they do. It's everybody has their thing.
Right. That's true.
I drink. Bob
Whatever.
says. I drink.
Yeah. Everyone has their thing. Me.
Yeah.
Drinking.
That's
eating.
What it is. Yeah, nothing you can do there.
I just don't know if people would appreciate Bob and I being like, it's all right, girl, kid in the backseat. It's all right, girl. I'm giving you permission to bring a flask to work.
I wish you would make that video. I think that would be so fucking
Girl, you don't
funny.
always have to be perfect.
With our baby screaming behind you in the car seat. That would be the greatest if you did it. Hey, girls, do you need inspiration out there? Oh, we all do. I'm exhausted. And
life is messy, girl. Look. Life is messy.
She's holding up a Dave and Buster's flask, too. In the video. I think that would be fucking awesome. Of it's going to get hard out there.
By the way, if someone that had their, shit together, the car is nice, or whatever, and they're telling me that, I go, okay. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, maybe you can. That seems powerful to me. You can keep your life together. You can still be hot. You can whatever. Everything's fine. And you're kind of low-key drunk all day.
Yeah. Totally fine.
That's amazing.
Totally fine.
Totally fine.
Somebody was asking me about this award. I forgot this was an inside joke for us. And it's also upside down. But that was sent to an old address. And we accepted the award on their behalf.
Nice.
For marketing or something. None of us won anything here on this program. Never won any awards whatsoever, okay? Want to make that real clear.
No.
I want to talk about TJ and Amy over there. Apparently, he's a huge drinker who almost killed himself.
They both are. And
she was drinking too?
We've cracked the code
Grace.
of how and why they got together and love each other so much. So
Was this Good Morning America? What were they on?
yeah, that was Good Morning America.
Okay.
The two anchors. Again, it's like old news, and they should have kept their job, and it's whatever. But they had an affair, and apparently now the exes of them are dating each other. But anyway.
Okay. Andrew
So
Shue
they were
is
both-
dating that chick?
Yeah, so they were both married, but said that they magically got separated at the exact same time. And then they were like, hey, what's up? You know what I mean?
Right.
But what they have a podcast, which is dwindling in ratings for
Is it really?
sure. Yeah.
Okay.
On their last, I think it was the last episode, they started talking about how much they would drink together and what their entire relationship was. And it sounded fucking nuts.
What go into
So
it?
it was literally all day. They would call it, she would call it run to fun. So they would run in the morning to like do something,
Yeah.
but they would run to a bar and they would start drinking at like the run maybe would end at like 9:30, maybe 9 a.m.
Okay.
They would start drinking and bar hopping literally all day from that.
Okay, let me clarify something here. Were they actually running to work out?
So they called it run to fun. So if we want to drink all day, we've
We
got
gotta
to
work
run
out.
this morning.
Gotcha.
And they're marathon runners, so I'm sure
Sure.
it was like we're running 10 miles or we're running 8, whatever it is,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
like
yeah,
they're
yeah.
actually doing a
Doing
full
something.
run.
Okay. And
So-
then they're boozing the rest of the day?
But hardcore.
I read something like 17 drinks a piece or something crazy.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Bottles. And during this podcast, they had both of them were on 3 days only of not drinking.
Oh, God.
And I was like,
How was the show?
I mean, it was fine. They were talking about like, I just feel so much better. But of course they were in love.
Yeah.
They were just fucking smashed, partying.
Yeah.
No responsibilities, didn't have a job, just like traveling all over to drink, completely wasted the entire time.
Yeah. And when
So
you have
I
that much
just-
money, you can do that.
Yeah, you could go on a sabbatical. I mean, you can go on a booze
Fuck yeah, dude.
fucking hiatus, which is great. Like, that's great.
Yeah.
How fun does that sound? But
sounds
I
awesome.
don't know if a sober them
They're not going to last.
lasts, right?
no,
But it was
not fair.
it was kind of a weird revelation in that like I know they thought they were like we're just being honest, but every single article and every person was like, "Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yep.
Now this makes sense and we don't believe for 1 second that you guys are happier right now."
No.
3 days in.
No. And it's going to be a long road for that relationship there. What's your over-under on it? 2 years tops? What do you got?
Oh, I think no, I don't think they make it through the next year.
Really?
If the podcast was doing well, maybe.
Okay.
But podcast is dwindling.
Yep.
They don't have a job. They're now going to be sober and having to deal with like whatever just happened. So in a sober way without jobs. Not that they're poor. My God, they don't have to.
Sure.
But, and iHeart as well. They're not making money from it.
No.
But they just want to be like popular.
iHeart doesn't pay anything.
So I think that was probably, for me, was closing the chapter. She said she was having over 30 drinks a week, which like
Bob, that's
wasted or drunk
that's one night for
every
Bob.
day.
That's one night for Bob. 30?
Yeah, but no. Yeah, we drink every day, but it's like
So that's an average of 4.5 drinks a day. Mm-hmm. Not crazy.
no. She said over 30 drinks a week, but
Right. That's 4.5 drinks a day. If they're having, if
but
they're
they're
doing it
also
daily.
like no body fat, don't eat, run all the time.
And I bet you it's double
fucking
vodkas.
wasted. Yeah, no, it was cocktails.
Dash of
This is hard
seltzer
alcohol.
water.
Yeah.
And then and some lime juice there so you can keep fit and do all the fun things. And then they were boning. Did they have kids and shit together? Like each of them?
Not together. She has kids.
Oh, she does. And
I
but
think
does
he does too.
Oh, he does too. Okay, great.
I think.
Perfect time to abandon your children. You know?
Yeah, so that's the thing. It's like, look, if you're being like, this happened, we love each other, we're in love, whatever. Mm-hmm. But as it trickles out, you can't be tragic about it because there's already that underlying where we're like, dang, like you guys, broke up a family or whatever. So don't keep like being super honest.
Yeah.
About it.
Just keep it under wraps, but they don't have a choice. Because here's what happens in these podcasts. When people leave their television shows and then they try to go into podcasts and everything else, if they don't say something super controversial that is salacious in a tabloid type manner, they can't keep the audience. Because otherwise, nobody really wants to hear them chat about life knowing what they know about them already. So it's kind of like, all right, I'm all done with this.
Yeah, I mean, we only wanted to hear about their relationship
Right.
and how it happened.
But once that runs out of steam on the podcast, then what are you going to talk about on a day-to-day basis for those guys? And I don't know that they're that interesting. This has happened to a lot of people. Who is the Keith Olbermann and those guys? It's the same type of shit where they leave their on-air and they're like, oh, yeah, I'm going to be – everybody was here for me. No, they weren't. Good Morning America is the only thing on in the morning, that
right.
and, or the Today Show. So we were going to one of the two. I don't even know who the fucking hosts are that replaced you. Truthfully, I don't really give a shit. As long as you keep pumping out the same shit every morning so it's on in the background, I'm all good. You know?
But, yeah, I think we can close the chapter on like, oh,
thank
like,
God, yeah.
how that happened and how it came to be and how they were like so connected and so in love and so sloppy about like getting caught.
Right.
Remember, it was like there were so many videos because they were fucking wasted the whole time.
Yeah.
And they like weren't sly. They were literally groping each other like in front of cameras, right? So that's why we can close the chapter.
Yeah, we sure can. They're all done there.
I'm sure you already closed the chapter. I'm just saying I'm closing the chapter now.
Yeah, I was out of that. I wanted to know, though. And the 17 drink thing caught my eye because it said Homeboy was doing that a day. And I was like, all right, sounds like he's a fucking blast. Do you have a crime corner today?
We do.
Ooh.
He's so quick with that. My God.
Crime corner.
As soon as he hears crime, it's just.
It's great.
Right.
Great.
Don't. He's got his finger just hovering over.
Finger on.
Okay, so
trigger.
this one's fucking nuts. 2 members of extreme body modification cult who removed the leg and penis of their, what is this?
Eunuch maker. Yeah.
Oh, eunuch maker.
Correct. Ringleader
for paying viewers online are jailed. So basically, this was an insane, fucked up, weird shit.
Yeah. And I love it.
So the body modification cult, which was streaming their, like, the shit that they were doing.
Okay.
For money, I guess.
Yeah.
Craziness is that
they
people
made up to
were
200,000 pounds live streaming this.
Because if you're already on that side of like the porn world or whatever you fetish bullshit, you can find that, right?
What was he doing to his penis there?
No, so it was like a cult made up of a nurse that was 48,
an unnamed occupation person who was 23, and a male prostitute.
Yeah.
Who was 36.
Damian Barnes, 36. And they all removed body parts from the main dude.
Who is now wheelchair bound.
Yeah, because
that's
they
sad.
showed on this streaming first cut off leg, right?
Yeah.
So then he's in the
froze his
wheelchair.
leg, making it he basically gave his leg frostbite.
So that
How did he do that? Do you guys know?
I don't know.
Was it a cold environment where it's just like, hey, go stand outside for an hour? Or was it a freezer type sitch? What do you do there for that?
it may have been a dry ice situation.
Yeah. Yeah. That's a good call.
That's a really
like
good call.
literally
Yeah.
just free, almost amputating his leg, but not quite. who had a sexual.
so
one
he
of
made
the
it
guys,
through there?
the 23-year-old had a sexual relationship with this guy since he was 17.
Okay, was it a dude or a girl?
It's all gay dudes.
It's all gay, dude. So froze his leg, causing it to require amputation.
Okay.
And then
Burns, who is the male prostitute,
right.
Yeah.
he removed Gustafson's. Is it Gustafson?
Show a picture of him for the audience, Bob.
Yeah. He removed
Pop up a pic for the
Gustafson's,
audience.
penis with a vegetable knife.
Gustafson, yeah.
It's Gustafson.
Gustafson.
Pop up a pic of this guy here so the audience can see him.
Marius
Yeah, so this
Gustafson.
is the leader
Look
of
at
all of these crazy fucks. So then Burns, so removed his penis with a vegetable knife. Now,
that. That's a smaller knife.
oh, is that a smaller knife? Okay.
Oh, they're sharp, but they're small.
Well, Arnold.
That's not
so
what I was
this
picturing.
was
That's what came up for vegetable knife? Yeah. That knife came up for vegetable knife?
Yeah, I mean, if it was a paring knife, they would have said paring.
Yeah. so
All right.
that's
Expecting
all
a
right,
butter
all right.
knife.
Yeah, no, it was that.
Fuck.
Yeah.
I just got you some sharp
So
knives for Christmas.
while I know,
Montana Knife Company.
So while Burns is removing the penis, the other guy, Arnold, is partially removing his nipple with a scalpel
Damn it, man. Really?
in this streamer. Now look, if you're into anything close to this, this is your fucking. I mean, you are paying for this, right?
Yeah.
I mean, this is the
That's
real
a once in a
deal,
lifetime
dude.
This is
opportunity
it.
there.
Yeah.
This
I
is
agree.
it. You can't get realer than this.
I
Now
agree.
Gustafson, he is what's known as a nullo. That's what he's. Like there's pay pigs.
Okay,
whatever.
okay.
He's a nullo.
Which is
Short for genital nullification. That's a subculture where
Is it
men
really?
men become nullos. Yeah.
which is like eunuch, right?
N-U-L-L-O?
Yeah.
I'm going to look up that hashtag on Instagram later.
Hashtag nullo.
Yeah.
Oh, dry ice. I was right.
It was dry ice.
Yeah,
Look
for
at you.
2 hours.
God damn. That's extensive.
Arnold also admitted stealing lidocaine while he was a nurse, so he could get
Pop up
one
these-
of the dudes could get some kind of numbing situation.
Yeah, pop up these pics, Bob, for the audience. Who's this guy?
This is the his boy lover.
Okay.
Since 17.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this is the nurse. Oh no, this is the male prostitute.
Oh, I was like,
all right,
"Shit, if that guy's coming into your room, bye. No,
Yeah.
thank you. Can I get another one?
Now, what was the male prostitute doing there during this whole sitch?
He cut
was-
the nipple, I think, right?
Yeah, he was participating, but
Yeah.
it was clearly like, he was getting paid, whereas the other people seem like they were there for the love of the game, maybe
Yeah.
for the art.
Okay. Okay. This is so fucked up. This is really dark today. I feel like as the weather gets colder.
Yeah,
here,
yeah, we all lose our fucking
'cause
minds.
I feel like my legs are frozen in here, and now you could take a fucking serrated knife to my leg right now.
Now, listen, the only thing
Chop
I'm
this
trying
thing
to
off.
look for, Bob, is if the main dude is also in trouble.
I think so because he was the one pulling people in.
Okay.
They've had 13 victims, one as young as 17. They've committed 29 extreme body modifications
To just the main guy or to more people?
to other people,
To other
too,
people,
including
yeah.
one as young as 17. They were seduced by Gustafson. Yeah, he was just bringing them in and then filming them, getting their stuff cut off.
Oh, fuck, dude. God damn.
Not everyone was doing it though. Some were the cutters, some were the nullos.
Right.
Yes. So people were just there. Some people were just hanging out, probably jacking in the corner, right?
Yeah. No, this is the nurse right here. This is
that's
actually-
the nurse.
This is actually worse than the male prostitute.
Yeah, exactly.
But if he put one of those blue hats on and a mask, that would look like
And
a
if
male,
he's-
like a
if he's
decent.
shaving
Oh, here's
up
the
a
knife
little.
that removed his penis.
There it is. That's
Oh,
exactly what I was picturing.
That is like a paring knife.
That's
yeah.
exactly what I was picturing.
Yeah.
All right. Fuck, I was right.
Yeah.
Damn it. It's time to praise Caesar, not fucking bury him here. Come on. I had that right. And look at that. It's even got fun, flirty colors. Exactly like I pictured.
Burns had initially been hired by Gustafson for like just as a hooker.
Okay.
And then he agreed to remove his penis for 500 pounds.
What is that American? About
Like $600 bucks.
$650? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
They were actually texting. He was like, I have no issue with it, but won't you lose a lot of blood and like nearly die? And Gustafson said, So just plan Friday. I'll be injected with a local anesthetic and banded to reduce bleeding. So it's like, yeah, I'm going to tie off my wiener. It's fine. I won't bleed that much.
Through text.
Via text,
So-
but like it's a normal day at the JOB, these texts.
Yeah, so he says, then you come in, money on desk, I'm in bed, legs tied, you make sure gag is secure and tie me down brutal. Then take knife and slice off nutsack, then slice off, then let me loose.
Ross, this one's for you, baby.
Yes. This is my
one's
day.
for you.
This is my day.
The hooker actually told him he was actually kind of turned on a bit and was like, can I get a copy of this video? Actually, this is kind of getting awesome.
Yeah.
And he said, if something goes wrong during or after, just for assurance, you did it to yourself. I'm not getting in trouble for this. So he wants these, like, you gotta leave a note that says I tied myself to the bed and then cut my penis off. I don't want to be blamed for this.
Smart.
Yeah.
Smart, dude. This is great. Look at this. I mean, because again, this is a normal conversation that they're having back and forth. None of it's crazy, and there's no emojis or winky eyes or this is going to sound like a fucking boomer comment. I don't care. What's the half face with the fucking banana on the side of it mean? What the fuck does that emoji mean?
On the what?
It's like half of a yellow face with a fucking banana off the side of it.
No, I think it's this.
I think it's a salute.
Is it? But why is half the face missing then? You know?
That's a saluting thing. It's so when you send it, half the face isn't missing. It's off the screen. So it looks like just half the face is coming off.
God damn it.
To the person who receives it.
We all deserve to die.
Also-
like if a nuke comes and blows up the planet or an asteroid or something like that, we all deserve it.
There was some drama, though, with this penis cutting off.
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
seeing.
It didn't go off without a hitch.
I'm
It didn't?
seeing, but Bob needs
What could
to...
go wrong, Bob? And what did go wrong?
There was it was over the money. So
always is.
Gustafsson, he eventually said he was only giving him 50 for it, and Burns replied, "I've had enough, man. Here, I'll do the accent. I've had enough, man. I'm cutting off your cock and balls for 50 shitty quid, and I was led to believe it was 500."
A week later, so you didn't hear back. Maybe a week later, he says,
Yeah, he said, "Today's the day, man. Snip, snip. Come on, I want 500."
Did he say snip, snip?
Yeah.
he said the investor wants to watch.
You want this?
Yes.
The investor wants to watch. The investor, by the way, sounds like a charecter in a Guy Ritchie movie.
Sure does.
Yeah,
I've
exactly.
got to get to the investor. Who is this bloody investor? You don't ask questions about the investor, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they went back and forth debating over price on cutting his wiener off. Finally, it went down. Mr. Gustafson sits naked on the left side of the bed with a tube inserted into his urethra, so a little sounding maybe. Mr. Burns asks, how you feeling? And Gustafson replies, didn't feel anything when I pushed in the needles.
Yeah.
He's self-anesthetized, so he was just jabbing his own wiener, getting all the drugs in there.
Wow, so he was injecting into his own cock.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
nice.
but he didn't cut it off.
No, but that's still that's a hard task too, to jam a needle in your own cock over and over and over again. So I'll give him some credit for that one.
Yeah.
How's the rest of this shakeout, Bob? Keep going in that voice, because now I'm fucking into it.
Well, there's no
Sexually.
more. I don't think there's any more texts about it. So he ties him to the bed, and Gustafson starts shaking, saying, "No." But people think that might have just been an act to get the people,
Right.
jerking
The
off.
Going,
people
yeah.
in the.
Yeah, I changed my mind. Too late.
Yeah.
Burns pulls the tube out, shows it to Mr. Gustafson, who once on gag tells Mr. Burns to place the severed penis on his belly, which he does. So in the video, he cuts his dick off, puts it on his
Yeah.
yeah. Then he holds it towards Gustafson's face, and Gustafson licks the end of his severed penis.
Yeah.
And declares
What?
that it tastes
You
awesome.
have to do that. You have to lick both ends of a severed penis. If you're going to go to great lengths to chop off a penis, you lick the head and then you lick the base part,
It's
and
so
then.
it's so finite,
But
right?
you're on
Like,
you're on a live stream. You got to get the people going.
If it is a sexual thing, it's just kind of like, that's it, man. That's the last one you're gonna have. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's gotta go off without. I mean, it's like, people get really, hyped up for New Year's Eve, and then it's, it's disappointing because you got too hyped up for it.
It's 10:30 and you're exhausted.
There's no way that the penis cutting off was exactly as monumentous as he wanted it to be,
never
right?
You
as you want
don't
it to
know.
be.
It never is, huh?
Yeah. So homeboy's wheelchair bound now after this, huh?
Yeah.
Well, he
by
was
the way,
already.
on the video. Yeah, he was already on the video. Burns, the prostitute, is heard saying, "Well, that's one off the bucket list. Never expected that one."
That's the person that cut.
Can we give the round of applause, please, for that guy? Go ahead and hammer it.
Oh, I thought we were going to give Bob a round of
Both.
applause.
Both.
Yeah.
Both. Raise it. There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
This is fucking literally the longest article
It's the
too
best.
of all
It's the
time.
best.
Stop.
This
It
is the greatest
doesn't
story of all time.
stop,
It's the
dude.
greatest story of all time.
So then Gustafson's sitting there on the bed and he's like tending to the wound and he's like, "Oh, I so don't want to go to the hospital over this."
Yeah.
But he does eventually call an ambulance and he says, "I tried to do some surgery on my cock and it was a little bit more than a circumcision." The ambulance came. They treated infection in the urethra.
Did they reattach?
Did they reattach said penis?
No.
Because they got Bobbitt's and his was in a field for
Yeah,
hours.
Bobbitt's got sewed back
Yeah.
on and he's doing porn now.
Okay, so no, didn't go back on.
You didn't get that weenus back on, huh? All right.
The
And-
weenus is a different part of the body.
Yeah, I guess he said that what he's, he tried, that people had questions, I suppose, after that. Mm-hmm.
What the fuck do you want to know?
You, Hey, do you have my formaldehyde jar?
Yeah.
I gotta put my penis in it. I gotta keep my cut off penis in there, dog.
Let's see. He also tried to get. So the younger guy, he started talking to Gustafson when he was 17, but told him
Yeah.
he was 18. Gustafson said that was a great age to get castrated at.
At 17.
Yeah, because you don't know what you don't know, huh?
That's true. Yeah, you don't know that you're
You
gonna
don't know
want
what
to
you're
fuck the
missing.
rest of your life with that penis. So.
Yeah, and he helped. One of the ways he seduced him, he told the young guy, he was like, "By the way, dude, I actually cut out one of my testicles and I keep it in a jar." And the kid replied, "Oh, awesome!" Was pretty hyped on it.
All right.
Oh, awesome.
That's sweet.
Yeah.
That's sweet. But the only problem with this, though, this entire story for me personally, obviously the guy cut off his, had his penis cut off and all that stuff, and the other kid, cut off a ball. But it's one of those sitches where you can get off once to this, but then once a penis is removed and ball, like sexually, you're pretty much done the rest of your life. You're not really getting attracted to anything or amped up for anything sexually when your penis is chopped off your body. So where does he go from here? Now he's in a fucking wheelchair and that's it?
Yeah, well, hopefully jail, because there's some kiddie stuff as well, I guess.
Oh, damn
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
This
yeah,
was
yeah,
all
yeah.
fun and games until you said that, Bob.
Well, I'm telling you, this is a fucking novel, this article. And it's really just like one sentence about, it's quite confusing, right? It's like Gustafson did this. David Carruthers did that.
Yeah. I'm a beekeeper.
Yeah.
Jason Statham, I'm a beekeeper.
Applebee's is all I see that guy's name is. Crimmy Appleby.
Yeah, Crimmy Appleby.
Applebee's is fine.
Applebee's did something else. Like,
I don't think the names really have any effect on this story. I'm going to be honest with you here. It's just a man got his penis and leg amputated.
well, it's the buildup,
in
right?
bed.
So, like, they did a lot of things, like sending. Right? Did you see that, Bob? Where they're like sending penis disassembly PDF,
Yeah.
and it's all just like buildup, right?
It's a lot of foreplay.
A lot of foreplay if you're just talking about, thinking about it, talking about it. Now, when you take it to the actual limit,
Yeah, that foreplay becomes foreskin, and you're going to lose all that.
yeah, it's just too much. I think even for them, that's why they were all just like, it just went out of
somebody
hand.
asked for a copy of the video because they were like, "Hey, yeah, I was kind of turned on by that. Can you get that video?"
No, they were doing this for a very long time.
I know.
Running this site. And then once it really came.
Who ratted them out? You think? Who was the one that said, "Hey, they're
Probably
chopping
the-
off dicks on a live stream"?
It was the video. Also, it appears that Gustafson, at least on one other guy, they just call it a split and sub procedure on his penis.
Okay, what's
Sure,
that?
why don't you explain that?
I'm trying to find it.
Let's just say
I
if
get
you
the
were to
split part, I
guess.
think.
I think the split maybe is you cut it in half down the middle, and
Is
then
that like
fuck
when you do
that
the
hole.
hot dog on
Correct.
the
Yes.
grill, like
Yeah.
cut
And then
in
I think
half?
you fuck that hole then into the thing.
Yeah.
No,
A
no,
lot
no,
of
no.
blood. Yes, that's what I think that is. That's how you
think
get
it's a
off. I think that's how you get off.
I don't think there's a.
I don't think you guys need to be tell people how they're getting off.
A split and sub?
Split and sub. I got a lot of Nullo stuff to work up.
You
so.
sure do. Bob, you got a busy night
do you
tonight.
split it and then put it back together and
I think maybe you
and
split
put it in
push
some
in.
a bun? Put it in a bun?
I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works.
In a sub? In a roll? What?
I would go hot dog bun and something like that if you were.
Yeah, but what's the human equivalent to a hot dog bun?
2 butt cheeks.
Oh yeah, a couple butt cheeks.
So you
can
split
double
it
the hot
and then
dog
you
bun
put it
for
back
sure.
together in the
and then
bun.
you put it right back together between those buns.
All right. Well, I don't like this anymore.
I love it. I think this is the greatest crime corner you guys have ever done.
Unfortunately, Bob sent me this. I'm reading, read some of it. Didn't realize. I didn't realize what I was getting into, but it is a really good one.
I love it. This is one of my faves, you guys. I appreciate it. I want to hopefully one day see a shot of this guy in the wheelchair. I want to see what's going on now. It'd be great if he did an interview of man, that wasn't worth it. I want
I think he said that.
I want
but
the
yeah,
aftermath of this, of what happened.
Look, once you're out of the dungeon, once you're out of the cult, you can think clearly.
Sure.
And they all are making statements like
An absolute nightmare post-nut clarity.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Literally.
They did have
'Cause you
sex
don't have any nuts
beforehand, though. So,
Okay, so that last one,
that's what I mean.
hopefully it was worth it.
You would think, Bob, that you would have clarity after that, right?
Yeah. You would.
Where you're just like, all right, it was fun to talk about, but we're good.
Maybe you take it to the next level, man. Good for him. But that's the guy right there. So show the audience one more time that guy, that beautiful man.
That guy got a lot of people to do a lot of fucking crazy shit.
Yeah.
So believe in yourself.
And this will go back to those videos that Jesse and I are sharing back and forth about inspiration. It is possible to talk anyone into doing shit, including cutting off their own penis and or a ball and potentially a leg here and there. You just got to believe in yourself.
And there usually has to be some kind of sex involved.
Sure. But
Or
that's
the
a
promise
given.
of...
That's a given, right? With everything in life. So we learned a lot today, and I'm very, very happy that we get to end on something this dark. That's what gets me off, if you want to be real about it, is how dark is this going to get today?
Gosh,
we
didn't
achieved
even
it,
we
and
didn't
I'll
even
be able to
say
get
all
off
of it
tonight.
too,
I'll
because
be
there
able to
was
get off tonight.
so much more. But we're done.
Yeah.
We're done.
Yeah, maybe we'll revisit it on a Patreon app once Bob starts doing his homework there on Nolos. So we appreciate you tuning in, kids. Go to iTunes, rate the show a 5-star, and leave a quick review. Also, head on over to Spotify. It's just a 5-star, and you can walk away at that point. We're past the 2,000s. We need the 10,000 here, and I can go home and not have to say this anymore. Well, I mean, I'll not go home, but I can shut the fuck up about it. Speaking of shutting the fuck up, that voice you hear in the background is Kelsey Sheeran. She's back on Drinkin' Bros podcast. Here we'll be live on Patreon in 20 minutes over there. She'll be not shutting the fuck up even more over there. And holy God, dude. Still hasn't moved out of Canada. I'm sure we're going to hear, some Canadian stories of horror. And then I'm going to ask her the same question of why she hasn't moved and everything else.
Her work isn't done there.
It's not.
So she can't leave.
It's not. But maybe she'll run. Maybe she'll run for office or something like that. Who knows?
Run to fun.
Run to fun. Thanks for joining us, kids. For Jesse Wiseman, a.k.a. The Jables, I'm Ross Patterson. This is The Revolucion. Buenos tardes, everyone.
Good afternoon.